Mate, hey, fucking my man, fucking Joy, bro.
Hey, how you all going? It's Jai, that Aussie metal guy here with Crank.com and with that metalstation.com. And today, wherever you are in the world, is with great pleasure that I'm having a chat with Chris Rörland, guitarist for Sabaton, who are due to release their 10th studio album, I believe. The War to End All Wars comes out 4th of March through Nuclear Blast. It is an amazing album, man. Love your work, been into you guys for quite a while.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
It's a fucking great album, man. But I want to know what goes into the songwriting and how do you make a Sabaton album?
Ooh, it's a lot of smelling gasoline from the tanks, and no, nothing. No, it's just sitting down, having a glass of wine, and then talk things through, and then see if I gather some cool riffs during the tour or anything like that. But for this album, COVID hit, and we were in Russia for 2 weeks, and then our tour got canceled. So we had to fly back home, and we didn't know so much about this virus thing now. So we got into a lockdown in Sabaton's hometown, Falun. So me, Joachim, and our drum tech, we went to our headquarters there, and we locked us in for 2 weeks to see if we got the symptoms or anything like that. And for those 2 weeks, we had a lot of wine, a lot of PlayStation, a lot of good food, and writing songs. So that was a good time,
Yeah, quickly speaking of gaming, though, I did notice he's done that World of Warcraft World of Tanks, collaboration there as well. What was that last year?
Yeah, I mean it's been in the involvement for a while now, or the wheel for a while, and I mean everybody in the band is huge gamers as well. So for us, it felt so cool to do a collaboration with World of Tanks, and because it fits the theme so well. And we thought okay, we're gonna make some music for the game, but we're actually included in the game. So I'm a video game character in the game, which is fantastic, But it's an online game. We have to have a great computer to play that and stuff like that. So I don't really have that time to do that. So when I sit down, I just want to play PlayStation really quick, and then do like that. So but hopefully I can get a better computer so I can play that online. It would be fun,
Yeah, I'm on the same boat. I just sit down on my Xbox for a quick game as well, though. But
yeah.
It's good playing, like gaming and heavy metal go hand in hand.
Yeah.
The themes with this album, as always, reflect around the wars and the battles involved in them. And I've already listened to this album. It's a fucking great album, but I also loved the history edition that went along with it as well. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, but I mean, when we're releasing an album, we just want to put it out there, and then people are, heavy metal fans. Some are, separated, and some people want to have a lot of history and a lot of, info about that album, and some people don't even care about the lyrics. They just want to have a heavy metal album to push play on. So that came to be when we did the previous album, The Great War, and we wanted to include as many people as possible with the stories, and then you get a little bit of like 10-second introduction to what this song is about, and you get so into the album. First time I heard it, I was just goosebumps, it was like, what the fuck, this is amazing. And we want to cope that on this record as well. And then we have the soundtrack edition. The third thing is you get a cinematic experience of all the songs, and so you get like everything. If you don't want to listen to it, you don't have to. But if you want to get more in depth with the stories, you should listen to the history version. Yeah.
Yeah, interesting fact about the Great War. You mentioned that one day I was sitting down in the car park down the supermarket. You get a laugh out of this one, Chris. And I was rocking the hell out the Sabaton, the Great War album, had it blasting. And these I was only just talking about this the other day. These 3 teenage kids walked past and heard what I was playing in the car and stopped for a minute and just rocked out the Sabaton. Went up and kept walking off on their way, dude. That was a ripping bloody album and a ripping moment for me.
Yeah, amazing. That's great.
great music. I think it was 7 in the ARIA charts or something like that as well when it hit over here as well. So I believe this album will do equally as well. And Christmas Truce, tell me a little bit about that track. That one rocked out, I think, around October as a little treat for all the Sabaton listeners coming into their Christmas period there.
It's about the Christmas truce, and if people don't know about that, it's First World War. They were fighting towards each other, and then on Christmas Eve, they just felt like, fuck it, like, what are we doing? Why are we fighting each other? It's Christmas. We should, sit down with our families and see our kids and stuff like that. And so they just went up waving the white flag and then stopped the war for a brief moment, and they celebrated with each other, the two sides, and there's so many sides, but they celebrated, they started playing football, sharing, gifts and stuff like that, and just humanity shined through, and it's such a beautiful thing to see, because there's so much dark stuff going on there, and they had enough. So they're like, fuck it, can we just sit down and enjoy Christmas? And the snow was falling down, and it's just a beautiful thing to see that humanity can still shine through even in the darkest of times, So that's what the song is about.
Yeah, the thing about looking back into history, you can also get learn lessons about today, and that even that message, Christmas Truce, can be brought in today, because everyone was like fucking all these different arguments against each other coming into it. If they can do that during the war, put it down and go, look, we need to get along for this night. Cool. A lot of people should have been able to do that as well.
Yeah, but it's there's so many stories. I mean, and I'm not a huge, historian. I don't know so much about history. I learned from the Sabaton songs, and. I mean, Joachim and Pat are the ones that write the lyrics. They're the history buffs of the band. They're not historians, Of course, they can get some things wrong sometimes, but they know way more than the rest of us guys do. And of course, it's going to be way easier if they write the lyrics, because they know already. They watch so many documentaries and stuff like that. So when all the music is done, they go in and they start writing lyrics for all the topics and for all the songs. And then afterwards, when we recorded in the studio, I get the lyrics and I goes like, oh shit, this is, what the fuck? I didn't even know that this happened, And there's so many times I just, it blows my mind that this have actually happened. It's not made up, It's for real, and people do this shit. And sometimes it's fantastic things they do, and sometimes it's just fucking horrible things. And also we got the question like, why does military history fit so good with metal? Well, you have everything there. You have happiness, you have anger, you have sadness, you have all those emotions you have in heavy metal. If you're sad, you listen to heavy metal. If you're a metalhead, if you're angry, it's fucking, I want to listen to heavy metal. So all those emotions you can get into, like the music, So that's why it fits so good.
Yeah, it does. And one thing about Sabaton is the amazing riffs, and this album is no different, man. Can you tell me a little bit about the guitars and the setup you used for this one?
For this one, we always when we record an album, we tuned in E standard, and then that confuses many people, because when we go live, we tune it down a whole step, all the strings, so we're in D standard, and some people are like, wow, what is going on, and that's music sounds so good, especially like heavy metal stuff, when you're playing a 6-string or 7-string. It rings so much better in E standard, and Joachim's vocals sound so good, in when we're really pushing him to the edge, of breaking his voice, and it sounds so good on the album. And then when we go on tour, we have to maintain Joachim's vocals, if he goes out and just push him, like every band do, many great vocalists do. And what happens? They break their voice. And we want to continue to tour as long as we can, and try to keep Joachim's voice intact, And so that's why we do that. But for the riffs and stuff, I mean, for this particular album, we had so much more time to sit down due to COVID and stuff. But when we got the opportunity to see each other again. Usually it's just, okay, we have 2 weeks to write an album, then bam, boom, in studio, then back on tour. For this one, we could really sit down and enjoy having a glass of wine and just talk through, like, what should we do? You know, what can we do? Do you have any cool, chords or anything like that? And I was like, no, but just see what comes up. And one morning I got up way before Joachim, and I was just sitting there warming up because it's cold, you know.
Oh, that's my bad. I'm just waking up.
Oh, I was like, whoa, who's doing the whistle? And I was warming up. It's cold, you know. I have to get warm in my hands. And I started playing some Iced Earth riff, and then I started doing my own stuff because I love Iced Earth, you know. And Joachim came up and he's like, "What the fuck is that?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm just warming up." He's like, "Can you do that again?" It's like, "Yeah, I can try to figure out what I did." I tried to do that, and it turned out to be Hellfighters. So that's why it sounds very Iced Earth like, because I was just sitting there and trying to copy John Schaefer's right hand, you know, and it's fucking difficult, man. It's difficult to play, but it's one of the funniest songs on the album to play because everybody get to know, like, oh, really, you know, get into it, like the musical wise. So it's really fun, you know, and we try to do explore as much as possible on this album. Try to do different, new, fresh themes and stuff like that. I had just for like Soldier of Heaven, I had just the what's it called, the background thing that goes. It's like I want to bring that into a live show, that so the audience can stand there like. And Joachim said, "No, you can't do a song like that. It's impossible." So I was like, "Well, fuck you, man. I'm gonna do it." So we sat there a few hours later, and he didn't believe in the song at all at first. He's like, "It's too much 80s, you know. It's too much 80s and stuff." So we slept on it, and we went back the day after, and he listened to it, and he's like, "Fuck. There's something here, man. You're on the right track, man. Okay, let's finish it. And that's how Soldier of Heaven turned out, you know. So it can take, you know, weeks. It can take like 2 days. You know, it's hard to say also how long a song takes to write, because I have one story about the Attack of the Dead Men that I was involved to write as well on the previous album. That took 10 years, that song. Because when I joined the band, we started that song, and we couldn't finish it. There was something missing. It didn't feel quite right, and we were like, "No, it doesn't really fit the album." So we tried the next one, and then we tried the next one, and then we tried and then we sat down for the Great War, and it was like, there it is. Now the final element of the song, and it fit so good to the album, you know, and it about the gas and everything, and it's just the dark theme song, you know, getting that sound thing. It was just it's cool how a song comes to be, you know. It's how it more
and finds its place.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it finds its place. Yeah, and it's just it's pure fun, you know. It's to see what comes up, because nothing is quite the same every time we write an album. Yeah. There's elements that we have to have there and there, but I'm not gonna say which one. But yeah. Can't spoil the magic. But you
that's
just put Joachim's vocals on it, and it's on Sabaton.
Exactly. I'm glad that Soldier of Heaven got on there, man, because that track absolutely rips, and it was the second single, I believe, off of the album, and it was absolutely. I just had that one cranking a little bit earlier on, and the film clip for it was really cool. You just went really out in the snow there. Tell us about the film clip for that one. Where'd you film that one?
Yeah, that's so funny, because people won't believe this is actually for real, because of course we're not standing in a mountain in the freezing. Of course not. But we were in Serbia during the summer. It was 40 degrees Celsius. It was so hot. We were outside. It had a big green screen and that foamy thing we were standing on. So it looked like we were standing in snow. But it was just a green screen on a field, and there were so many houses in the back of that green screen. And we're standing there like, we can't breathe. warm us in summer, it's fuck, we
It's
were
like, stop
sweating.
sweating, we gotta look cold.
And it was so bright, the sun was so bright, everybody had to have sunglasses because it stood like this, and we're like, we need sunglasses, we're gonna look stupid, if we don't do that. And it turned out quite okay, because if you're up there in the Alps, it gets very warm and you start sweating, and it's so bright, so you have to have sunglasses. So it came out to be quite okay. And sure, many people would just want a performance video, and just we're standing in a warehouse, but that's kind of boring. We want to do something different. But
and you did. And the first film clip, I do want to mention that Christmas Truce one came out really well too.
Yeah, exactly. And then we talked about it, and for us, it's so much more fun to do the actor thing, because we're not used to that, and it's so nice to do something different, because we always try to do the performance videos, and sure, people love that as well, but we wanted to up the game a little bit, and try to be more in depth with the stories, because there's so many stories that we have to bring out, and especially for Christmas Truce, that we can't just stand there and play. It would look stupid. So it's fun, I prefer doing that actor thing than doing a performance video.
Yeah, and film clips are a big part too. A lot of people going over to YouTube. It's not like you have the old music video station channels, shows anymore. It's more like jumping over to YouTube and people checking out the film clips. So it's good to see the effort going into those film clips still, and the amazing effort you guys put into them all. It's unreal. You've been putting up all those lyric videos as well, and it's just really, really cool. It keeps the audience engaged too. The next single, The Unkillable Soldier, I've seen that comes out February 11th, I believe. Tell us a little bit about that track, Mark.
Well, it's gonna be something different. It's gonna be something different. That's why we're releasing the singles, just to not to put out like a straight track, just to keep people like, oh, what is happening? What are you putting out? This is a single, and so people will get confused a little bit, but it's still Sabaton, it's fun.
Oh yeah, it definitely is.
You're gonna have fun listening to it, absolutely.
I enjoyed the heck out of the album, man. I really, really did. I love listening to I personally am a fan of Sabaton. I've got a whole heap of your albums as well. So when this come up, that I could have a chat with you about it all as well. The albums, like, not only are you getting some amazing, music, like as you said, heavy metal fans just chuck it in, but you can also have other fans that put it in and do like the history element behind it and the stories that are with it. And the fans are not going to be disappointed with this one.
I hope not. I hope that's the case. I really hope people will embrace this album and have fun with it, listen to it, and I know I'm the same, when I grew up. It's like when I hear a new album, you have a hard time taking it in. It's like it's not as good as the old one, But I try to, every time there's a new album coming out, I go in with fresh ears. I'm not gonna care about what have that band done before, and just gonna go in and embrace the album. That's what I did with the new Maiden album. I just okay, I don't want to hear it. I put on the vinyl. I sat down, had a glass of whiskey in my studio, and just listen to it, embrace everything. That's the way it should be done.
It is definitely the way. And tours. I know you had a couple of tours postponed, pushed back, and that. Yeah. But what have you got on in the way of tours at the moment? Have you got anything going, or?
Absolutely. I mean, things are opening up now. Denmark open up, and UK open up, and everything. And from the looks of it, Sweden might be opening up in March. So we moved our Swedish tour that was supposed to be in January, February to April. So I hope that's possible to do then, because I would be so happy to get back on tour. And for the European tour, I have no dates yet, so I don't know when it's going to be. But after that, it's going to be all the festivals during the summer around the world, and after that, as much as we can do, I really hope that we can get back to it, and
rebrand Sabaton as like a football team, and you'll be able to play to thousands of people, mate. No worries at all.
That's true. That's true. Yeah.
Chris, man, this has been an absolute pleasure, mate. Hopefully, catch yous over in Australia when everything finally opens up again.
Man,
do you have any?
Do you have any? I mean, if when we come back to Australia, hook us up and we can meet after the show and everything. It would be so fantastic. Have a beer again, and it would be so much fun just meeting people again.
I can't wait, mate. Any last words, shout outs, or thank yous you'd like to add in there, my friend?
My last words would be thank you so much for sticking with us through this hard time of COVID, and hopefully things will be better now and we can get out there and we can spread our joy to people again and just see all these amazing faces again and just bring happiness to people again. But I think there's not enough happiness in the world right now. It's too much depression with stuff happening around. So way more happiness to everyone. And I love you all. And I will hope to see you everyone soon.
Chris Rörland, absolute pleasure. Sabaton, the War to End All Wars, 4th of March, or a nuclear blast. You have a lovely evening, my friend. Thank you very much.
You too, man. Take care, man. Mate. Cheers. Yeah.